we have some kind of family members in our lives that are more toxic than even the people that we call our enemies. But it is not easy to identify them. Sometimes it's very easy, and you can see some of them as we continue talking here. You'll realize that some of your people, some of the people closer to you, some of the family members have been toxic in your life. And how do you know that somebody is becoming toxic? Family members, guys, can be your place of work, can be colleagues and friends who are so close to you, can be the people that you are born with, and they can also be a platform like this. We are one family. When you guys converge here, and I'm speaking to you, we make a family. We become a family. All right. So when we are a family, we can speak one language. Okay. So sometimes we might become toxic into your life, but today we are looking at your family member, your blood related family members. How can they be toxic in your life? Okay. And what are you going to do if you have a toxic family member or a family background? So, number one, guys, sometimes you're this person who is still young, you still don't know your future, you're just trying to make your future, all right? And you have parents who insist that you must become someone or some profession. They insist you must be a doctor. But inwardly, you feel that is not what is right for you. We have parents who will push you, whether you like it or not, to become a doctor, whether you like it or not, to become a nurse, whether you like it or not, to become a pilot. But in your mind, you're feeling like this is not what I want. I want to tell you here, most of the people have never realized, and most of the parents have never realized that that is becoming toxic. When you push somebody, even if they are your children, to something, a certain profession, all right, a certain school or a certain process of defining their lives, you force them. You're not making them to understand. There's making somebody to understand. Making my son, I'm trying to make my son understand that this is what is right for him. You don't force me to become a doctor just because you are a doctor before. You don't force me to become a pilot because you are a pilot or you are working in the airport. Listen, there are so many people who are forced to get into the hospitality industry. They studied as chefs, they studied as hosts, they studied as hostesses, they studied as captains and all these things. Look, in the year 2025, that course that you did, in the year 2025, in 2 years to come, it might be rendered useless. I want you to get my point. There are some of the things that you might force someone to be doing, and parents do it. Oh, you have to be a pilot. Oh, you have to be a driver. Oh, you have to go to driving school and train to be one. Oh, you have to go to a garage and learn to become a mechanic. The question is the child ready to be that kind of a person that you're trying to tell them? Do they have passion about it? I have lived to learn that people who have a passion about something become the best in their fields. If your child has got a passion of becoming a pilot and you support it and you take them through the process of training, instead of forcing them to go to study being a doctor or study being a mechanic or to study being a police officer or a military officer, they don't want it. But you as a parent, you're seeing that, I have a godfather somewhere who I can pay some money and you become a military or you become a police. But your son or your daughter is saying, Mom, I don't want to be a police. I don't want to be a military. And you're like, you will not stay in my home. You don't have a job. You did not perform well in school. You must become a military police. You must become, a regular police because I have a godfather. I just have to pay them money and then you get there. Let me tell you, most of these industries out there and services out there are bad because of the influence that somebody was forced to take a certain kind of a course or to go through a certain procedures to become somebody. They were forced. The parent became toxic in their lives. Busi Hosa, thank you for the gift. A parent becomes toxic in your life because of forcing you to become a somebody. That is family becoming toxic. Number two, there are some people who are currently working. Like you are employed now, you're working, and you know your family is not doing well. Your parents struggled to take you through school, and then you got a job and you're now working, and you're the only person who is working. Maybe you have got some family members as well. So because you're the only one, all the bills and all the responsibilities are put on your head. You are in your 20s, or you are in your 30s, you are in your 40s, you still don't have a life, you still don't have a stable life, you just got a job, and you're earning some amount of money. Now, all the responsibilities are on top of your head. You're building the house for your parents, you're paying school fee for your siblings, you're buying food for them, you're paying their utility bills, water, electricity, and everything. If the bicycle is damaged, you have to pay for the repair. If they have to till the land to plant some maize or something, you have to find money to pay all those people. Let me tell you something. You are doing a good thing and you have to do. But the truth is, that family is becoming toxic to your life. And you might not understand. In fact, when I sound and I say it like this, it might sound something like, what is he talking about? What is this guy trying to say? The truth is, sometimes your family can become toxic without you knowing that they are. So somebody will ask you, but coach, now, if I'm the only one and my parents are already old and my siblings are in school, how can I stop paying them for them school fees or all that? See, most of people who know what to do to remove toxicity of family members from their lives are the people who empower their family. You empower your family. You don't provide for your family, you empower them. Empower your father to have a source of income. If you're earning some little money, save. Save for them. Empower them. If you are coming from Africa, buy a motorbike and give it to somebody. Rent it to somebody. Every day they will be getting 300 or 500 or 600 Kenya shillings. And you put it, you channel that money to accounts of your parents. So you are empowering them. You find them a source of income. You don't live like every month I have rent to pay, I'm building my parents' house, I'm buying them food, I'm paying my siblings' school fees. When will you pay for your children? When will you save for your children? Your children are going to inherit that blood of you have to suffer to build a house for your parents. You did not build your own, you're building your parents' house, which is a good thing. But if you don't make your calculations right, you end up building for them and you don't build for yourself. You end up exhausting your energy on them and you don't have time to exhaust on yourself. Sometimes our siblings, they are going to school. You are paying school fees for them. When you look at their performance, it's something that doesn't even make sense. But you have to still continue paying school fees. Someday I told some guy that, you see what, your brother is in high school. And the truth is, he's performing dismally. E's, D minus, those are the grades he's getting. Why are you wasting time and wasting the money? You are earning money in a very difficult situation. You don't have enough money to exhaust in high school. Take this kid out of high school, put him on a polytechnic, let him train. Ask him, what do you want to become? Because absolutely 100% education is not for him. Formal education is not going to help him because at the end of 4 years, he's going to score an E or a D minor. So the earlier you start to help him understand what profession he can take with the little knowledge he has already, the better. Everybody wants to have a certificate. That certificate is not going to help you if you don't have skills. The better you get them skills, the earlier you get them skills, the better. Instead of wasting time, because you will waste time, he will get through the 4-year process, he will come out with an E, you will start to create enmity between you and them, you will hate them, you will be reminding them, I took you to school, I paid you school fees, look at what you did. They will be telling you, did I tell you to pay for me my school fees? Were you my parent? You're just my brother, I did not force you. That is toxicity. You can lose your cool, you can lose your mind, you can lose yourself because of doing things that you are never planned for, or doing things that people will never appreciate. Number 3, we have families who always believe that we are the only people who have. They don't have every time. It is only you who always has it. With them, sisi hatunanga, ni yeye tu anako nayo. Sisi hatunanga do. Anything that happens, your door is being knocked. We need this to be done. They even extend it to a space where your parent, if they go to church or they go to a certain community contribution, and they pledge, okay? They pledge that, you know what, I will buy 10 bags of cement. And you know why they're pledging? They're pledging on your money. You know, your mother is going somewhere for a contribution, in a community contribution space, and then they're pledging that, you know what, I'll buy this. I will offer this amount of money. This one, leave it on me. And she knows very well that, you know what, she doesn't have this money. This money has to come from my son or my daughter somewhere else. You, where you are, you've got your plans for that month. You have fixed your plan together. Kiden, thank you for the gift. You have fixed your mind that, you know what, I have these plans that I have to accomplish. There's a plan that you already have as a person, you want to finish it. And from nowhere, and they know the timing. Oh my goodness. These people know the timing. The parents. And especially these people who are outside the country, or those who are outside the villages. You're working in the capital city, you're working out of your country. These people who are back in the village, they know the timing. You know what happens? When they know exactly you are going to get money, or the dates when you send money, that's the time problems come. Or, you know, so-and-so is wedding, and now I was told to be the one to pay for the gown, and you, as you know, you are the only one you know, I put my hopes on. Wewe ndio tegemeo. You end up sending money for the gown. What will you do? You have to. You don't want to disappoint your mom. You don't want to disappoint your dad, because you're working abroad, so you have to show the village that you have money. That is toxic family members. Let me tell you something. Some of you right now are really struggling. 12 hours, you don't eat. When you get space to eat, you eat for maybe 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and it is 30 minutes that is regulated. If you even pass a minute, you're being called, hey, where are you? You should be back to work. You eat like a military. And the moment you get your money, it is, you send it 80% or 90% to your family members. Okay? And with them, they're eating well, organic food. In fact, sometimes they buy food they don't need. They cook food quantity that they don't need. The remaining food will be thrown. Okay? Sometimes the money you're sending, they buy things they don't need. Things that when you will go back home, you will find them in the garbage. With the money that you are earning, and sometimes you don't even have, you can't buy shoes. I want to ask you guys, those who are working outside, you're working outside your home, you are in the city, or you are, you know, maybe in a shopping center somewhere, you have a small business, or you are a teacher, and you are the one who everybody depends on. When last did you buy yourself a pair of shoes, or a nice cloth? You did not go to a place where maybe there is a sale. You see, you're working and earning very well. But for you to buy a pair of shoes, you need to wait until there's a sale somewhere. For you to buy a cloth, you need to wait until there's a sale somewhere. But do you know that the people that are there not working and depends on you, they are buying the best that they need. They just have to see it and then send a message to you. You know, I saw this, I need it. You know, I need these shoes. You know that the shoes that you bought for me is not that much good. It's just 1 month, it's already, so I need good quality. People can be toxic in our lives and we might not understand that they are until somebody tells us how toxic people can become. Sometimes you can work for many years and you save nothing, but when you sit down and start looking around, you realize that most of the money that you sent home was spent on useless things. Sometimes you are paying for people to go to the farm to till the land, and you have your siblings, brothers and sisters at home. They are in holidays, they are not going to school. They sit as you pay for people to go and till the land, to plant for them maize or maybe beans. When the maize is ready for harvesting, you have to send money again for people who will harvest. Yet your siblings are there. The time you didn't have the money, the time you are not employed, the time you were growing up, you used to go to the farm, you used to till that land, you planted seeds. In fact, you're waking up very early in the morning to go to the farm. Now they cannot, because you are telling yourself that this is what I passed through. I don't want my brothers to pass through this. Let me tell you, today you are disciplined and you know how to use money because you passed through that. So if you are telling them not to go through the same, you are instead denying them the opportunity to learn to be disciplined, the opportunity to learn to be resilient, the opportunity to learn to be hardworking, the opportunity to learn to be patient, the opportunity to learn to know how to spend money. Because as easy as I get it, it is the same as easy as I will lose it. As hard as I get it is as hard as I will lose it. Whatever you get easy, you'll give it away easily. Whatever you get in a difficult time and difficult way, you will try to keep it. So when you are trying to tell yourself that, I went through this, so I don't want my brother, I don't want my child, you want to ask yourself a question first. Is it really a torturing thing to go to the farm and till the land? Is it really a torture to go and plant seeds? Is it really a torture to go and harvest maize that is ready to be harvested? It is not. So if at all you would have saved that money that you want to use to pay some people to do that work and tell them that, you know what, guys, you're going to wake up in the morning and go and till that land. I'll buy seeds and you wake up in the morning and go plant that seeds. I'll buy fertilizers and you people go to the farm and put fertilizer. I remember when we were growing up, we would wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock, we'll be in the farm, planting the seeds, putting fertilizers, putting the seed and closing the holes. When the maize or the beans will be, to some level, we'll go back, we'll start to weed. After that, we will be putting top dressing, fertilizers, until it will be ready to harvest, and we used to harvest it. Today, we have left our brothers not to do the same thing, and they are becoming toxic in our lives. They are becoming very toxic. Look, you might think that you are helping your bros, you're helping your siblings not to do this job because you're thinking it's a hard job and they don't have to do it. Let them do. That is why you are disciplined today. That is why you know how to use your money. Some skills, some values are not taught in school. Some values you will never get in church. Some values, some skills you will never get in a coaching session like this. You will only find these skills, values, and virtues when you put your hands on something. That's why we are told that if you want to live a good life, make your hands dirty. Clean hands never live a good life. Sometimes, there are some people you're seeing them out there driving very big cars, going to the malls and buying a watch, like something like 100,000 Kenya shillings, and you are like, oh, I wish I lived like these people. But if you sit down with these people, they have money, yes. They're spending it like they want, but they don't have peace of heart. They live every day wondering, when will somebody kill me? Have you ever asked yourself, like, why does a poor man just walk freely without wanting a bodyguard, without, people around them, covering? And some rich people that are known in the streets cannot even go outside alone. Do you think it is their wish? Do you think they would wish to be like their life has to be, somebody has to be around them for them to even go to a mall and shop? You think they love it? One day, Barack Obama was having an interview with one of the stream medias, and he was asked that, as a president of the US, what do you hate most? And he said that, what I hate most is my social life. Because right now, I cannot wear a cloth that I want. There's a time he went out and dressed on a brown suit. And the parliament sat down to discuss why the president of America had to come out in the public with a brown suit. And all of us want to be a Barack Obama because he has money, he has power. Some things we need to have our hands on them. We need to make our hands dirty to realize how hard it is to be that person that you really want to be. So your brothers are really wishing to be like you. In fact, some of them are telling you, I wish I was like you who has money. For us, we don't have money. But if you tell them what you're going through to get that money, they might not even wish to have even a third of your money. They would say that better I stay where I'm staying without that money. They might become toxic. So what am I trying to say here, guys? The moment you find yourself saying these words, what do I do? He is my brother. What do I do? He is my mother. What do I do? He is my son. What do I do? He is my child. She is my child. She is this. They are this. She's my partner. There's a problem. There's toxicity that is in between you and that relationship. There's a problem that needs to be fixed as soon as possible. Without fixing that problem, you are getting yourself into a very, very difficult situation. Remember, cutting off toxic family members is better because sometimes blood is not thicker than your mental health. Listen to me, guys. Sometimes blood is not thicker or never thicker than your mental health. Sometimes you need to choose your mental health as opposed to choosing your blood. If you have to lose your mental health because this is my family member, it is better you choose otherwise. Choose your mental health instead of choosing your family members. Keep liking the videos, guys, and keep sharing the video. I want to repeat, blood is not thicker than your mental health. Where you are, you have a lot of problems, a lot of things that you're doing, a lot of issues around your life. The work, some of you are in the UK, some of you are in the US, some of you are in the Australia or Canada. You have to work at least 16 hours, to have those millions of money that you have. But all people know is like you have money. All people know is like you live in the UK. All people know is like you live in Australia or Canada. Listen, guys, there's a time I saw, there's a guy called Huku UK, not Huku US. There is Huku US, Ibrahim Onami, and there's a guy also, there's a YouTuber called Huku UK. And this guy was talking about, doing a job in a supermarket one night, and he was earning, I think, 20,000 Kenya shillings, something around that. I think 20,000 or 30,000 Kenya shillings a night. Like his job was to go to the supermarket and arrange shelves, you know, like remove old items and put new items and remove price tags, change price tags, just shelving in a supermarket. And he was being paid that night 20,000 Kenya shillings. And it was shared on a Kenyan platform. And I saw comments. People were saying, oh, what a life. How easy is it to live here? But then, what he was not telling you, or what you did not read or listen to, is the video he did about his life in UK. How life is there, paying the rent, paying insurance, car insurance, life insurance, medical cover, and everything. Just replacing a bulb at home, like you need your bulb to be replaced. You need your car tire to be replaced. You need to fix a puncture, how much it costs in the UK. People did not ask themselves. So we are only looking at what he's earning, and then we are seeing that, oh, so this guy has a lot of money. But you're not asking yourself that if at night he's earning 20,000, what does that 20,000 translate to in a day? How much is he spending in a day? For him to eat an organic food, I told you guys the other day I was doing a live here at night, and I told you that here in Bahrain, I live in Bahrain, and there are supermarkets where when you go, you find a section of organic products, organic vegetables, organic, what do we call them, animals or fish or something like that. All organic products, you'll find them there. Fruits, vegetables, and even water. You will wonder, why is there any organic water? But then, for you to buy those foods, my dear friend, you will have to spend thousands of money. But imagine the person who's back in Kenya is eating those kind of foods for free. They just go to the garden, they pluck kales. I have kales now here. I just bought some kales. Like today in the morning, I went and bought some organic kales. Just three leaflets. Leaflets is around, I don't know the translation, how much it can cost. Uh, if I take it to Kenya shillings, is around uh, to 1.7. That is around 367 plus 1. 3 leaves of sukuma wiki is 400 shillings. 3 leaves of sukuma wiki, organic, is 400 Kenya shillings. And these 3 leaves of sukuma wiki, you won't get it like every day. You get it just kibahati. Like you are lucky that you get it. And they're 3 leaves and they're small. It's not even that big that you get in Kenya. It's very small. And it costs you 400 Kenya shillings plus, because it's not just 400 exactly. It's 400 plus. So you get those 3 leaves. You go to the section of avocado. One piece of avocado is around 200 Kenya shillings. One piece, a small one. I know that some of the people who are in Kenya, sorry guys, I don't know why. Always when I'm doing live, that's when people call me. Always the time that I'm doing live, that's when people try to call me. But when I'm just quiet, I'm listening, waiting for the calls, they don't call. So you find avocado, a small avocado, small piece, just even my fist is bigger than it. They are giving you that one piece at around 360 Kenya shillings because it's one Bahraini dinar. So one Bahraini dinar is around 367 when I checked yesterday. It was one Bahraini dinar is 367 Kenya shillings. So one dinar you're getting a small avocado because it's an organic, and you see that it's written Kenyan avocado. So you buy it. When you bring it home, after 2 days, it's rotten. Why? Because the avocado they are giving for export from Kenya, I don't know. I don't know why they're choosing just that species. That's the one that they're giving us for export. But I know, I'm a Kenyan, I know we have different kind of good avocados, good brands. I don't know how I can call them. But the species that they are taking for export, I don't know why they chose that. So you're spending that on avocado. Then you go to fruits. You get these oranges and something. It is not easy. So that guy in the UK who was telling you that he's being paid 20,000 a night to put things on shelves, and you are saying that, oh, what? 20,000 one night? And 20,000 is my salary in Kenya for a month? Let me tell you, that 20,000, when he walks into a mall to buy food that you guys are eating, you people, the ones you are eating, if he walks out, he walks in and buys that, he will spend that 20,000 plus to get out of that mall, to eat the food, the kind of food you're eating. I have a jogo here. I don't know if you guys want to see it. I bought a jogo maize flour. And jogo maize flour in Bahrain now goes for, because I bought it at 3.5. It was 3.2, I guess. 3.2, that is, guys, I'm not very good in mathematics. So 367 times 3. That is 1,000 and what? Guys, I want to tell you why sometimes people are toxic in our lives. So I'm buying a jogo 367 times 3 at 1,101 Kenya shillings. 1,101 Kenya shillings to get a jogo maize flour. And if you guys are thinking that I'm just saying that, let me show you the maize flour I'm talking about. I think you guys can still hear me because I'm having my my earpod. It's not even the real jogo. If you just look at it, it's not the what we call it, the grade one, huh? Even though they are telling us that it's grade one, but if you look at this, see, this is a jogo fortified maize meal, okay, maize flour. So if you look at this packaging and everything, it doesn't. It's not even that grade one that you guys are getting in Kenya or anywhere else. And for me to eat organic food, I have to buy that jogo. And how much am I buying that packet? This packet here costs 1,100 Kenya shillings for me to buy it, to eat it here in Bahrain. But there, they are now crying because it's costing around, is it now 200 or 300 maybe? 300 Kenya shillings, I guess. It's around 300 now in Kenya. That, I don't know, but I think it's around there, 300 or maybe 600. And this maize flour, as you see it, is not the grade one. Trust me. I know that maybe even the person who's selling it is listening to me. We know. We just want to eat it and we just want to support our Kenyan products. But the truth is, it's not the original one. Hii Wakenya wanajua, hii ni ile wamesiaga, you know, the one they take to the portion mill, they grind, and then they repackage and they bring it to us. It's not the number one, the grade one. It's not that white. It's the, like, you know, when you go to a portion mill and you grind the maize, the color is different and even the taste is different. And this is what we are buying here, 1,100. The one that you guys are buying in the supermarkets, we cannot find it here. So sometimes when you hear that somebody is earning 20,000 a night, don't be so toxic to that person to keep on telling them that, you know, you're earning a lot of money, you need to just send me your one night earnings. Don't let people to be toxic in your life. Try to ask yourself, how much am I spending? The kales I soaked my kales. I'm preparing to have a nice meal today, to cook my ugali and sukuma wiki and some little organic eggs that I also bought, which is very expensive. You know, for you to eat the food you guys are eating freely, we have to spend a lot of money. So that's why when sometimes people tell you that, you know what, I don't have that money. Hey bro, can you, send me some 5Ks or 5Gs or 10Gs? And somebody's telling you, no, I don't have. And you're like, they just don't want to help me. It's not that they don't want. This person doesn't have. He sent money home, 60% or 80% of his money He's sent it home to pay fees, to pay rent, to pay everything. The money he's having in his pocket is to buy these stuffs. I have to do it because it's my kid. I have to do it because it's my mom. I have to do it because it is, let me tell you, that I have to do it because this is my so and so is ruining a lot of people's lives. I can tell you, if you're back there and you know your family member who's outside there working, those people, most of them are totally finished mentally. They are totally sick. A lot of people are sick here in Bahrain. A lot of people are sick there in UK. A lot of people are sick in the US. Nobody understands how people suffer here. Nobody understands how people are suffering out there. People know us just because we have money. People know us money-wise. That's how I can put it. What people see, when people see you, they see money. Yesterday I posted on my Facebook and I said, like, that one guy whose message when you see, you won't even wait for the second message. You know there's money is coming to them. There's somebody is going to ask for money. Josie is asking, hey, are you in Bahrain? Exactly. Yes, I am in Bahrain. 100%. I stay in Bahrain. So, you know, oh, Bishop Fidelis, you're also streaming in from Bahrain. Good to know. I'm also in Bahrain. Good to know that most of you are here. Guys, I'm in Bahrain, and like I said yesterday, last night, we can connect. We can connect and you know, have a platform to speak to each other, to share our stories together. You know, we can make a platform. If you click the link on my bio there, you'll find my mobile number and WhatsApp business number. And you guys can send me a message. Let's meet and have a chat and share our stories. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, as long as you're a Bahrain resident. Let's meet and have a chat, guys. We can show these people or people who are outside there what life is all about. Yes, we dress well, but it doesn't mean that we have it all. We sacrifice. Kiden, thank you for the gift. A t-shirt like this that you're seeing here, it looks so nice. But when somebody tells you how much it costs, you're like, that much? Because I know how cheap clothing is in Kenya. The other time, one of my students, there's a student of mine that I'm coaching, is one of you, maybe she's watching right now, and she's selling leather bags, pure leather bags, all right? So I was looking at her status because I look my student status very much. I check their status. So I was checking her status and I saw nice bags. So I felt like, wow, this is so nice when I buy it for my mom or I buy it for my fiancé. What do I do? Let me ask her how much this costs. Then when she told me the price, I was like, did she confuse or maybe he's talking about something? I asked, how much is it? And she told me it's, I think, 2,000 Kenya shillings or 3,000 Kenya shillings. And that bag, a plastic one, here in Bahrain, you can find it, the cheapest you can get, maybe it will be 20 BD, the Bahrainis know, 15 BD, 20 BD, that is a plastic kind of that bag, all right? But if you get that leather, if you get that same leather somewhere within here in Bahrain, it will be around 10,000 or 15,000. So you could be having that bag, all right? Or you could be seeing someone in Kenya with that bag and you're wondering, oh, that's so cheap, you know, that's just 2,000. Guys, the much we are spending outside here to dress or even to clothe, to be happy, is not easy. So you guys have to spare us. But again, I'm saying, if you're one of those people, don't allow your family members to be toxic in your life. Regulate how you spend on your family members. Regulate how you spend on your friends. Regulate how you deal with the issues at hand. Family members can become toxic if you do not know how to deal with issues. Some of you also, those who are living outside. Bull, thank you. I see you're streaming from Saudi. I see you streaming in Saudi. Thank you so much. Too expensive. Even movement here in Bahrain is too much expensive. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I had to buy a car. Somebody was asking me, why did you buy a car and you're just leaving just some few steps to your working place? And I'm like, all right, okay. So you think my movement is just about from my house to my workplace? I have to move around, Barry, and moving around and paying taxis is not easy. It's not easy. Bishop is saying last year I spent a lot back home, but this year I decided to focus on myself. Yeah, guys, there reaches a point. You see, I said this. Sometimes we have to accept we came from a very humble background. Our parents didn't even have a home to put their heads. So we have to work hard and build them a home. So if you have chosen to build your mama and your baba a house, focus on building the house. Because let me tell you something, another bad habit with our family members. The moment you just lay that foundation, you went out of the country, you get money, and you decide now I want to build my house, my mama and my baba a house. The moment you just lay that foundation, everywhere around, they now don't see your struggle to raise a home for your mama. They see an expensive person, a rich man who now has money, who has to now deal with the school fees of my church mate, my church mate's friend or child. This guy now has to build the society a borehole. Now, because you're building your mama's house, you have to pay school fees for your siblings. You have now to pay school fees for your mama's friend's child. You have to say no. There reaches a point when you have to say, Mom, I decided to build you a home. And unless that home is finished, I'm not going to give my money to anyone else. I'm not going to pay anything else. It is that house. And once the house is complete, you relax. You take a moment to feed yourself. You take a moment to give yourself a decent life. Some of us guys are not even buying anything in a month. I know people who are here who have lived on some few clothes for a whole year. They've never been back to Max to buy even a t-shirt. The last time they went to a supermarket or a mall to buy a shoe for themselves is 2 years ago. But every month there's a kid, there's one of your brothers who's buying shoes every day. And why is he buying? He's buying from your money. Josie, if you can't find my number, you can send me a message on TikTok, DM. My number is there. On my TikTok bio, when you click it, you can see my number is there. And it's a business number, by the way. So sometimes it's very difficult to find it on WhatsApp. If the link doesn't work for you to get it, you need to save it in your phone and then send a message. But it's still, if you can't see it anywhere from that link, you can leave me a message on DM. If you're in Bahrain, let's meet and have a chat, guys. Okay? So there are people, I'm telling you, are working very hard, but these guys are living in the bare minimum. They're living in the minimum, amount of money that they can find, but they have to still struggle. We have people, we have ladies here who are working in Saudi Arabia. They cannot even buy panties for themselves. It is hard for them to even buy a panty. Some of them even buying pads. Thanks to God, maybe they have a boss who remembers them and buy for them pads. They have to send every single coin home because they are building their homes, because they are paying school fees for their siblings, because they are doing something. But still, nobody understands you. There comes a time when you have to decide, is it your mental health or it is the family problems? Because like I said in the other video, family problems will never end. Trust me, it will never end. One day I told these ladies, I was teaching here on TikTok, and I said that if you left your home because of problems, you will never finish those problems. If you left your home and every time somebody asks you that, why did you go to Saudi? Oh, we had a lot of challenges. I was left with my kids. It was all problems. I didn't even have a way. It was because of my problems that I'm in Saudi Arabia. Let me tell you, once your mindset is that you are in Saudi Arabia because of problems, those problems will never end. There's a Nigerian, artist who said, problem no go finish. Every day you wake up, another problem. So let me eat my money. Let me chop my money. Problem no go finish. They will never finish. You've got to sit down sometimes and eat your money. They will never finish. If you left home because of problems, sweetheart, they will never finish. Leave home for a better life. Leave home to make something better, to improve your life, to at least enjoy life that you're still having for free from God. Don't leave a space where when somebody meets you, oh, there's too much problem in Africa. There's too much problems in Kenya. That's why I'm here. You think there's no problem here? Let me ask you guys, do you think here, the guys who are within Bahrain here, are Bahrainis not complaining that they have problems? The citizens of this country, are they not complaining? Those who are in UK, how many times the citizens of UK have demonstrated that they're having problems? Those who are in the US, how many times the US citizens have been stressed up and decided to go to the streets, to live in the streets? How many times have they been stressed up, depressed to just walk into a church and shoot everyone, walk into school and shoot students and young kids? Why? Because problems no go finish. Once you fix your mind that there's problem, they will never finish. You build house, you're saying that, oh no, I'm just building my mom's house. Once I'm done, I will relax. The moment you finish building home, your sister is going to school. That's another 4 years. She just graduated from high school, from primary school. She's joining high school. Another 4 years. You know, for now, I'm still paying my sister's school fees. You know, that's why I cannot buy myself a clothes. That's why I cannot even set my own business. That's why I cannot do this for myself. 4 years down the line, you're still working, paying your sister's school fees. The moment she finishes high school, you think like, I'll relax once she finishes high school. She doesn't do well, again, you have to pay for a private university or a private college. Another 2 years or 4 years, again, you'll still be paying school fees. At the same time you're paying school fees, remember, the house you build needs window panes. That house needs a TV set. It requires, I don't know, sofa sets. It requires a new bed. That house requires a gas. That the president, last time, the Kenyan president lied to Kenyans that by June 1, you'll be getting a gas cooker at 300 shillings. Are you guys getting, how many of you have the gas already? The gas cylinders at 300. It will require that. There will be renovations. Problems no go finish. Give yourself time to spend on yourself. Spend on yourself. Mental health is everything. Do not let people be toxic in your life. Remember them, but regulate how you support them. Make people understand that life has to continue, whether I am available or not. Remember, once God closes your nose and tells you that you're not breathing anymore, life will still continue. I have never seen a family provider who dies and every member of the family go down with them 6 feet. They will bury you. Thank you, Soluku, for the gift you're giving, brother. They will bury you. They'll take you down 6 under. They will cry. People will sit. People will talk about you. They will say how you are good, how you build them houses. But they will not tell you. They will not even in your... Have you ever guys realized that in your eulogy, nobody talks about your suffering in the places you were? Right now, you're really struggling, guys. You are struggling. You are not even eating well. You are really struggling. And after this struggle, what is going to happen? You know what? Maybe you lose your life. After losing your life, what will be in your eulogy will be just like, he flew to Bahrain and was working in Bahrain for 7 years. That's it. They don't know what you passed through. Nobody knows what happened in Bahrain. Nobody knows even what you are eating. Nobody knows who was your friend there. Nobody knows what battles you fought while you were there. People only see he built us a house, he did that. What did you do for yourself? You've got to realize that mental health is much more important than the blood. Blood is never thicker than the mental health. hidden my pleasure for the gift. So take care of your health, take care of yourself at the moment. Don't wait. Don't tell me that, oh no, I'm still building my mother's house. I'm still. No. What if you did not come to Bahrain? What if you did not go to the UK? You've got to build that house, but you've got to take care of yourself. If it is about buying bricks this month, buy bricks. Tell them brick. No cement this month. It's only bricks. Next month, it's only sand. I'm not buying any bricks. I'm not buying any cement. The third month, I'm only buying cement. Hey, tell the mason to stop. No work for 1 month. I still have to breathe. Sometimes you're being pushed. And the moment you have said that you want to build, they give you designs that you are even wondering that this design, oh my goodness. What kind of a design is this? We know we need to extend this to make it that. Why did they not make it when you are still young?